Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's a girl Maggie White, and we're back with another video. So guys, on my video today I'm going to share a story of what happened, how I end up with nothing in the middle of Nairobi. So I remember it on a Thursday, I think November. Yeah, it was on a November, but I remember the day. It was on a Thursday. I had to go to Nairobi to buy some stuff, and before that I passed by. So that day I had to pass by at the bank to buy something. No, to buy something, to get the money, because my husband has sent some money for me, and I needed to buy some stuff that we're gonna need for where the wedding. So for me, I don't use M-Pesa. I didn't, the phone I was using, it doesn't have two SIM cards, so I couldn't have the M-Pesa on my phone. So what I did is I got the money that I was getting from the bank, and I went straight to Nairobi. And the first place I stopped by, it was at Archives. I bought what I was buying. Then after that, I went to Imenti House. That's where I was supposed to buy other things. After I came out of the shop, I stopped at the entrance for a few minutes to think where else I should go. But after a few minutes, a guy came from nowhere, from my left hand. He was talking on the phone. Then he came where I was standing, and when he was approaching my direction, he was like, "I don't know where I am. Let me ask the person I'll see first." In Swahili now. So the guy was on the phone, and he approached me, but he came so close to me. And guys, I was scrolling my phone. I didn't pay attention. Like, I didn't know, like, he would do anything, or he was up to something. So he asked me, he was a Tanzanian guy, because the Swahili he was speaking, I could tell that he's not from Kenya or Mombasa. He's a Tanzanian. So he said hi to me, and I didn't respond. I just stared at him, and he was like, I'm new here in Kenya. I'm looking for a I think specific, I don't remember the name of that hotel. I can't remember, but it doesn't exist. I don't think it does exist. So I told him I don't know, and I continued scrolling my phone. So he was like, "Can you ask the other people?" Then I turned to my right hand. I saw two women, but I don't know where they came from, because the time I was there, I was by myself, and the other people were a bit far from me. So when I turned right, I saw two women. He was like, "Can you ask them?" Then I told the guy, "You do it." Because because he was speaking in Swahili. I told him, "Waulize mimi siwajui." So the guy, the women, because they know each other, they were together. So the women were like, "Wow, what does he want?" Now in Swahili. I told them. The guy now respond, I'm from Tanzania, and I'm going to this specific place, but I don't know where it is. So the women were like, "Where?" Then they say, "We know where it is. You want us to take you there?" Then get the guy look at me and say, "Yeah, you can take me there also." And I'm like, "I'm busy. I'm waiting for someone." That's what I told him. "I'm waiting for someone, so I cannot go with you. Or if you want to go there, and you can go with them, or you tell the person that you are going to meet to come for you." Then the guy was like, "The guy is busy, blah, blah, blah. But the guy was so, there's some people that they can talk to you and you feel pity for them. That's how he was. He was so, how can I say it? Innocent. You can just, if you want, you can just help me. You wish to help him, because you're so naive. So when I refused to go with them, because but the more because I told you guys, the guy approached me and he came close to me. But I think it's the whatever they use, or juju, or whatever, or black magic, I don't know what they call it. So it had already started working on me. So the two women look at me and say, "Twende." That's what they say. "Let's go." I started following them. You know, I was in Imenti House opposite Nairobi Aviation or Sport House. That's where I was standing. But they say the moment the lady say 20, I said, okay, let's take you there. That's what I said to the guy. But in my mind, I thought they don't know each other. I wasn't sure what happened. You know, I was out of my mind. Because how come someone can tell you, let's go, and you start following them without knowing anything? I started following them, and we went through Nairobi Aviation round. I don't know, because I didn't know where we are going, but because the women said that they know where the hotel is. So we went and we were talking normal, like actually we were talking normal. The guy was telling us he's from Tanzania. He came to see the cousin. The wife has some issue. So that's why he came, and he's new in Nairobi. So that's why he's looking for someone to direct him to where he was going. So on our way, the guy kind of say, I want to look for something on the phone, because he was using the small phone. I want to check something on the phone because my phone, I cannot access whatever I want to look at it. So he started asking. He asked the two women, what type of phone are you using? They said Samsung. The other one said, I don't know, Techno. And my turn, I say whatever the phone I was using that time. You know, because they didn't want to waste time before, because they asked the type of phone I was using, because they didn't want to waste time. Like, I'll go with them, and I don't have a big phone, you know. I don't have a nice phone, you know. So I told them the phone I was using, and we started going and to the direction where the guy claimed to go. So when we reach around almost National Archives, the lady say we are almost to where you're going. So the women were the guy was like, how much you have? I didn't think that time. I was not thinking. You know, when you're normal, they haven't drugged you, or they haven't used anything on you. When someone asks you how much you have in your purse, and you don't know the person, be like, why? What do you want to know? And who are you? But for me, the minute guy asked me how much you have in your purse, I told him, I'm not sure, because I have bought some stuff. So because I had a shopping bag, I had to buy some clothes. So I told him, I'm not sure how much I have, but I think maybe 9,000 or 8,000, approximately there. The guy was like, are you sure you have that amount in your purse? Yeah, I told him, yeah, sure, I'm sure I have that money in my purse. And how about the one you have saved in the bank or whatever? You know, the whatever they were using, it was kind of not, God was trying to help me, you know. So I'm like, as in how? What do you mean? Me, I don't have any money. I knew they were asking about the ATM or at the bank, but I'm like, I don't have any money with me, and I don't even have a bank account. That's what I told them. So the guy was like, are you serious? Are you sure what you're saying? He was like commanding me, like he was the tone, and I find myself telling them anything. So I'm like, I cannot tell them the truth. I'm like, I told the guy just to, because he kept insisting, how much you have, how much you have, how much you have. Okay, so the okay, I have 50k. That's what I said. I have 50k. He was like, okay. And he said, you see, in that 50k, I need you go in that 50,000, you say you have it in the whatever you saving account or whatever. There is one money, there is one note that it's kind of they that's why you cannot, like, if we don't get that note, you never prosper, you never like succeed in life, you know. So you have to go to the bank account, you get all the money, and you bring it to me. I'm like, I didn't think twice. I'm like, okay, let's go. Now that is National Archives. But when I almost cross the road, I'm like, I told the lady, but I don't have the ATM. But my ATM was in my purse. But I don't have an ATM. I'm like, the guy was like the guy now is behind us, but he told me to go with these two ladies to get the money. Then I think God helped me. I told them I don't have an ATM, but I had two ATMs with me. I told him I don't have an ATM. I left it at home. The lady told me, okay, you go tell him you don't have the ATM. And remember, guys, they had already asked the girl, those two women, how much they have, and they already said that how much they have. But you know, they were together. That's how they work. But in reality, they are pretending they don't know each other at all. So when we reached there, the guy said, when I told he told the guy she don't have the ATM. The guy was like, oh, okay, it's okay. And in the girl, now almost the National Archives, the guy said, okay, these two women, they once at a time, they'll give you the bag, they walk for a few minutes, then they'll be back. Then they come back. They did that and they came back and they gave me the bag, their handbag, whatever they were having. And remember, the guys, these people, whatever they use, it has the power to show them the person that has money. They cannot they cannot like approach you and you have like 500 or 200. They cannot. They normally approach people who have money, and more like 5K, 10K, they will approach you because they have the whatever they use, or black magic, I don't know how to call it, or juju or whatever. It has the power to show them how much you have, because they will not like stop approach anyone. No, it doesn't happen like that. You must have like money in the past for them to come to you or to approach you. So now it was my turn to give my bag. But the guy said, you said you have money in the past, yeah, like 10, 8K or 9K. I said, yeah, that's how much I have in my past. And I had the shopping bag because I had bought something like I mentioned before. So the guy said, you go to the pass, how he asked, what else do you have in your bag? I said, money, my ID. I didn't mention the card, the ATM card. I said money and the ID. That's what I said. And now the phone I am having. He said, get the ID and the shopping bag. You put your handbag there and the phone, and you give everything to this one of the women who are the ladies. That's what I did. I took my ID, and you told me you hold your ID in your with your right hand, and you give the others with the left hand, the luggage you have. That's what I did. I give everything, and now I have my ID in my hands without anything else. So he told me, you do as they did. You have to walk straight. And you know, for these two women, they were sent, the guy told them to walk for a few minutes, then they come back. It was just, we could see them, not far. But for me, the road that they told me to use, it's National Archives, the busy, National Archives, this side, the back behind the National Archives. It's a busy road, and I don't know why the guy told me to go there. I didn't think. I didn't think like for these two women, it was just for a short distance. But for me, he sent me far, like somewhere I can walk for 5 minutes. But for this one, like 1 minute. For the two ladies, like 1 minute. So I did like he said, you walk straight, and when you reach somewhere, you turn right. And when you turn right, you count 5 steps, and then you look back, and you see us. That's what I did. And he said, before you reach there, don't look back, don't look sideways, just straight. That's what I did. I don't know. I know most of you are like, why are you stupid, or why are you not thinking? Guys, whatever they use, it will make you do whatever they say. They will make you do whatever they say without you knowing. I was not on my, because after that, so let me finish. I went straight, whatever they say, and I reached to the specific wherever he said that. After I got there, I should count 5 steps and turn back. That's what I did. Guys, when I turned back, like he said, Oh, guess what I saw? Nothing. No one. I only saw people I don't know because it's Nairobi. You see many people. I didn't see them anywhere. And remember, guys, I gave them my shopping bag with clothes that I had bought and shoes, and I gave them the money. The money is in my purse and the phone. So in my hands, I only have my ID, just my identity without even 1 shillings. And in Nairobi, I don't know anyone. Like, I was so crazy. I almost got crazy. Like, you had everything, and with it just like this, you don't have it. I'm like, I even closed my eyes, and I did like this. People are like, what's happening to her? Because I'm in the middle of nowhere. People are passing, going back. I did like this, and I'm like, I did. Am I dreaming or what? Where are they? I was with them. And guys, the time that the guy told me to walk for like for the same way the lady did, I'm like, why can't I go with one lady? Because the direction you are sending me, it's far. I think, God was trying to help me to fight with the demons they were using. The demons they were using, God was trying to me to fight them because I was kind of resisting to do whatever he was saying. Remember, first time I didn't I didn't I told them that I don't have an ATM. And when he told me to check for my ID, I couldn't find my ID for like, I forgot to mention that. I don't know what had happened. I think God was trying to help me to come to my sense. Or maybe someone could have come and helped me, because I remember I had my ID in my purse, but when I tried to find it, I couldn't find it. I tried, because the guy told me to get my ID and give the rest to them. I tried. I told the lady, me, I cannot find my ID. Is this guy using witchcraft or what? That's what I told the lady, because my ID was here. And at the moment he told me to get my ID and to give you the money in the bag, I cannot find the ID. The lady told me, you try, look for it again. I found the ID again. The same place I was looking for my ID, I found it. I think God was trying maybe to help me stay there for a few minutes, looking for my ID, then I'll come back to my sense, or someone maybe would have come. I don't know, guys. Because anyway, after I turned out I didn't find anyone, I went back straight to where we came from, the direction. I couldn't find them. I was even strangers, they were sitting there. Did you see me passing here? Did you see me with the people, the women I was with? I'm confused because it's kind of dream. It hasn't. I normally hear those stories happen, but it has never happened to me. Because I'm like, did you see me passing here with people? They're like, me, I didn't see you, I don't know you. So I went somewhere. I went that National Archives. There are some Buddha guys there, and I asked them if they saw me passing here, because I was wearing a white dress. Obviously, if you wear something shouting or bright, someone will notice you. So the Buddha guy say, yeah, I saw you. You went this direction, but you are not with anyone. In Nairobi, you cannot walk like straight because it was 4 of us. So I was in front of them, the other one in front of me, the other like that, following each other. So no one could have known that we are together. And the guy was kind of, if you meet someone and he asks you what we are talking about, tell the person we know each other. That's what he told me and the ladies to say. But I didn't know that they know each other. So when I lost my bag, I'm like, oh, these people, they were together. That's what I was thinking. Then I'm like, oh, they are waiting for me somewhere. Or maybe I went to the wrong direction and they are trying to relocate me. That's what came to my mind. But when I approached the Buddha guy and I narrate the story, he was like, kwisha wewe, wameenda na vitu zako. That's what he told me. I'm like, what do you mean? They stole from you. That's what he said. I'm like, how? These people, they don't know each other. They don't know each other. Now they'll start fighting. Who will go with my bag? Who will go with my phone? Because they don't know each other. I'm like, that's what they do. He said, that's what they do. They pretend they don't know each other, and they'll take your things, and they'll take your whatever you're having. I'm like, God, I started crying. I'm crying because I don't have anything. I'm just having my ID. I'm like, how will I go home? Seriously. Even those people, if you're watching me, you people, you could have just given me like 200 shillings, 100 shillings, for the transport. You just have to give someone for the transport, I'm like, what? How will I even go home? I'm in Nairobi. I have to go home. So the Buddha guy told me, these people, they normally do this in Nairobi because so many people normally pass here crying because they have done that. Especially guys, when you are at National Archives, Afya Center, and that Imenti house, Imenti house, opposite Nairobi Aviation or whatever near Imenti house, or just let me say in Nairobi, just be careful. Don't be going with money in cash. Don't be going with money because they have the power to see who has the money. I cannot say that you don't talk to anyone, because me, I never talk to anyone. Like in Nairobi, you don't like say hi, or someone's try to ask you for direction. You don't do that. But this people, the guy, when he came to ask me for the direction, he was so close to me. And at the moment he's closest to you, the whatever they use, it starts working. And the moment it starts working, you kind of want to talk to him, even if he asks you for direction. I did that, and it started working so well. Like, whatever they use, I really don't know, but it confuses your mind. It will do whatever they want you to do. So the Buddha guy, I told him, now how will I, because for me, I wasn't worried about the money, the clothes. I was like, how about my phone? I want to get my phone. I cannot use that phone. I'm like, maybe you can. The Buddha guy told me to go to the police station to report, but I did remember one of my friends at home, the number, and I borrowed the Buddha guy his phone to call. And I told him, I'm in Nairobi, that side. I'm like confused, complete confused. I'm in Nairobi. I lost everything. I don't have anything with me, not even just my ID. So I used the Buddha guy to get the money from M-Pesa, and they send the money to me for the transport. A friend of mine. I'm really grateful. I'm so grateful. I don't know what I could have done. I don't know what I could have done or what I could have used. It's good, it's good to have like your mom's or siblings contact in your head. But for me, I couldn't remember their numbers. I only remember that person number, a friend of mine, and he did help me. And I went to the police station to report, because I wanted to get my phone back. I couldn't imagine losing the phone, and that's what I did. But when I was going to the police station, I'm like, that's when I'm getting back to normal, like a bit. I'm like, I even stopped somewhere. I'm like, what happened? What really happened? Because I couldn't understand myself. I'm like, the whole me? Now I'm like, the whole me? They took my phone, my money. I just, it's painful. It's better that there's someone you like someone grab your phone or grab your handbag by force. But for this one, I just told them, take, like that. They didn't force anything on me. They did, and that's what they are doing nowadays. They are using those whatever witchcraft or whatever the medicine they use to steal like money or anything from anyone they want to do. So I went to I can't remember, the Central Police Station. Yeah, I reported the issue, and they are like, I described the same description they did. It matched to those two women and the guy. I'm like, so you know them? They said, yeah, we know them. I'm like, why you don't arrest them? Because we cannot get them. That's what they said. We don't get them. So I don't know if they bribe them or they work together. I don't know. Or these people, the two women and the guy, they use juju because it's possible you cannot see them. You know, there are some, if they can use the magic, whatever they use, for me to give them willingly, I'm sure they can use it for them, whatever. If police, for the people or mob, they are trying to fight them, they cannot be found. I think that's what really happened. It was so sad, you know, guys. It took me like 3 days. You know, that day I didn't eat anything. The following days and for 3 days, I was so confused. Whatever they used, it was so strong. It was kind of, at night I would feel like scaring, something weird, you know. It took me like 3 days to recover, completely recover. I know even now I feel pain because I lost everything like phone, but I'm happy they didn't harm me or they didn't take with me to their house, you know, because they can do that. Because whatever they would have said, I would have definitely followed. Even if they say, come, let's go, get in the car, I would have done that because I was not in myself. I couldn't understand myself at all. So I'm like, anyway, guys out there, be careful. They are not only in Nairobi, they are everywhere, even in the village or whatever. Just be careful. If someone tries to approach you, or if you sense someone is coming close to you, just walk. You know, it's crazy. And I went home and I'm like, weird, because I don't understand how what or they do. It's crazy. Yeah, in Africa. So when I went home, I called my husband. I'm like explaining to him, maybe you don't have that things in America, yeah? The whatever, those people, like the way I say, I told you. When I called you in the evening, you were like, how did that happen? You know? It was like, how did that happen? I'm like, the same way you are shocked, that's how I used to believe that it doesn't exist. Because me, I used to hear story that there are some people who can use something and you give everything you have. You know, for me, it wasn't, they didn't stake too much because, you know, I didn't tell them that I have my ATM, because I know some people, they have lost like 200K, 1 million, 600. Oh my, they have lost so much money. But for me, I lost the phone and few cash and the clothes, you know. But the phone, I wish they could have given it to me. It's pain. Even now, I feel pain, you know. But anyway, I forgive them. They don't know. Their day will come. I forgive them. But at least I learned something. Guys, be careful out there, please. Be careful everywhere. Not only in Nairobi. Just be careful. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification, and leave a comment. And I'll appreciate. Till next time, guys. Baby, tell them bye.
Bye.
Bye.